So, adversity. We usually face adversity when going through this life. We have to face some form of adversity. And when we face adversity, we can take upon a different perspective. Something happens, we react, and it can be a positive reaction or a negative reaction that you might have. But in the end of the day, you choose what kind of reaction you're going to have upon the adversity you're facing. It might be tough at times, it might hurt, might be difficult, but to shift the mindset is going to be the most important part. So, if we take an example, when you're trying to learn how to ride a bike, you go along and you try to ride, you try to find your balance, and you're able to get a few meters ahead. But then you fall. And when you fall, it hurts. That adversity that you've just faced hurts. But the question is how you're going to respond to it. Because it's either or. You decide to get up and continue because you want to learn how to ride a bike, or it's the aspect whereby you quit. But you're not gonna quit, are you? You continue to progress and try and try and try again until you're able to learn how to ride a bike. So when you are faced with a challenge of some form, you have to be able to look upon what kind of attitude I'm facing the adversity with. Because you can either see it as a challenge or a challenge for you to progress. You can see it as a challenge to progress, grow, become better than you are right now. Or you can see it as a setback, something negative. And then you can ask the following questions. Why me? Why did it have to happen to specifically me? But you are the one who controls the perspective you are going to take upon this adversity that is coming towards you. Truly, you. Now, we might handle adversity in different kind of ways. Some people have a little bit of a thick skull, whereby they can go through a lot of adversity and still stand tall. They have that inner resilience. Now, especially if you're trying to pursue something that is quite far in the future, you need some kind of resilience. And to have an understanding of your perspective and how you decide to deal with these things, how you decide to see the adversity, it can make a big difference in your journey as a whole. Because if you approach the adversity with a lot of negativity, eventually you're going to start to want to give up. Because you're not approaching it in a positive way. So the suggestion here would be for one to sit back and try to look upon the situation that you're going through, because there are going to be many kind of situations across life, not just one. And you become a positive thinker. You see it as a challenge of growth, a challenge that can produce growth for you. Now, adversity is going to come in many ways, as I previously mentioned, but not all of them are going to be something you can control. And worrying about the things you cannot control is, quite frankly, unnecessary. Waste of energy. To a certain degree even depressing for most. You can't control it. So why are you worrying about the adversity? It won't help at all. It won't help at all. But for the things that you can control, or that you have some kind of influence, that's where you can take a step back and see this kind of adversity that you're going through as a learning experience. Because if it's something that you could have prevented or controlled, this so-called adversity that you're going through, then take it as a learning point, and then when the adversity comes again, or if you're able to see that it's going to come again, then you can take the information that you stored before. All right, I have experience with this. I know what is going to happen. You're using past information to excel and transform your present results. But this applies only for your controlled adversity. Things that you can control, that you could have changed. Truly. And adversity can be long term as well. That you're going through something tough for a long period of time. And if you're going through something for a long period of time, then you need to be able to understand the aspect that my mindset needs to be on the right path. Positive, not negative. Because if it's negative, everything becomes more difficult than it needs to be. You're going through one thing that is tough, and you become negative, you become depressed, annoyed, irritated, sad. And then another thing comes, and you repeat the pattern. So it happens one time, and you get sad. It happens another time, and you get even sadder. And then it happens the third time. And what happens then after? A multiple series of events. You decide to give up. All this for what? All this that could have been prevented if you had just changed your way of thinking, the way you approach. Now, you don't have to make a huge drastic change whereby you completely change everything and you stop becoming positive on every kind of area. It's a huge kind of jump to make. But to take a step back and try to analyze it from a rational standpoint. This has happened. Can I control it? If not, then why am I worrying? Because you get emotional, right? You feel a certain type of way. Adversity strikes. You start thinking in a certain way, you start thinking in a negative way, and that creates what? Negative emotions, and your emotions affect your behavior. Because this is the aspect. When you are feeling happy, motivated, you have more energy. But when you're in a negative state, sad, depressed, how will you have any energy to move forward towards your goals? Because they matter to you, don't they? So, if we summarize the whole aspect, you need to be able to understand, how do I process adversity when it strikes? You can take something positive from it, or you can take something negative from it. And from there, it can affect your actions. But as soon as you understand that your thinking and your emotions are connected and will affect your behavior, the easier life will become. You can use them to amplify your actions. So, to end the topic, see adversity as a challenge for growth, not a setback. Because it doesn't have to be. You are the one who chooses the approach you're going to take upon this adversity. That is all.